Good afternoon and welcome to Integrity Cells. Larry's going to fire up this truck for us and we're going to give you a nice look under the hood, let you check out the blow-by, and let you have a look at the motor oil. Folks, what we have here is a really nice GMC Brigadier grain truck. We're going to go ahead and let you have a look at the blow-by and the dipstick tube next. Let's go ahead and follow Larry around to the passenger side and we'll go ahead and get that pulled out here. Okay folks, take a look on this dipstick tube. Take a look, you can see right through the oil onto the stick. This oil looks brand spanking new. Now let's look at the blow-by. Now as you can see folks, there's absolutely zero blow-by coming out of this Cummins motor. Folks, it's tight, it's like new, it's that tight of a motor. I don't know when the motor has been redone, but it's definitely been redone. Now Larry's going to go ahead and hop inside and he's going to show us how the bed goes up next. I'm going to get focused on the video and he's going to go ahead and raise her up a little bit for us so that you can see that the hoist and the PTO pump and everything is in perfect working order. Let's go ahead and get focused on it. He's going to raise her up. He's going to bring a little bit of throttle into it and you can see this old girl go right on up. Folks, what we're looking at here is a heavy duty cylinder on the front of this body. It's a 3-stage cylinder and the farmer that we just traded this from had this cylinder redone recently. It's very nice and tight. We can't find any evidence of any oil leaks on it at all. And I'll get you that video up close in just a moment. Okay, now that we've got the bed up in the air, we shut the video off, we're going to go ahead and get you a nice look under the hood. Let's start right here on the front wheels. You can see we have very nice clean front rims, nice radio tires, somewhere in that 60% tread range. And look at this clean L10 motor block, folks. Very nice and clean, no evidence of any kind of leaks around it. And look at that clean radiator. Somebody has obviously recently replaced the radiator and the entire core and everything. Look at these tanks. There's no sign of corrosion or blistering whatsoever. Folks, take a look at the engine cowling underneath. You have the foam spray-on insulation here. This is not rust that you're looking at. This sucker is absolutely clean under here. Take a look down below. You can see the nice heavy spring packs. Very nice clean looking here underneath. Let's zip on around and get you a look at that on the passenger side next. Folks, you can see we have a duplication going on here. Very nice steer tires, and again, take a look around the turbo area. You can see it all looks very, very clean. Let's go ahead at this point. We're going to close the hood and continue with the video around the truck for you. Okay folks, I can't think of a better place to start than right at the front. So let's start here. You can focus and see that the bumper is straight, the hood is straight, the grille is perfect. There are no pieces of plastic missing whatsoever. Let's walk up close and let you look at the windshield glass. Folks, it's not wiper scratch deep, it's not fogged over, it's not stone chipped, it's just nice glass. Take a look up there, you can see the top of the hoist, the Sherlock roll tarp aluminum cap system. You have two nice heavy duty fold away tow hooks at the front. With that, let's get you a nice up close focus look around the hood area, headlight area. Absolutely no cracking and braking going on. Folks, let's move on down to the fuel tank area. You can see they're nice and clean. No rust and evidence around the cab on this side at all. Take a look at the upright exhaust system, folks. It's also clean. Look at where it goes into the muffler back here. You can see that it stands up nice, straight, and tall. How about the clean back of the cab? Folks, I'm telling you, you can hear it's metal. It's not full of mud. This sucker is nice and clean. Look at the back window. It's very, very clean. Let's have a look at the frame rails next. Very, very minimal swelling between the double frames. You have just a little bit on the bottom rail there, what you typically expect for this age of a truck, but nothing that's going to take you out of service. It's actually very respectable. Look at them nice heavy cross members. Folks, they're not rusted out over the wheels. They're nice and clean. They're all intact, and they're actual C-channels. They aren't these stamped little rib things that set full of water. It's actually C-channel where it's going to run off. That's why this bed is still alive. Folks, how about the hoist itself? Take a look. Very nice and clean, just as I told you. No evidence of leaking going on here at all. With that, I'm going to step back a little bit and let you focus on the sides of the grain body. These are welded on fixed side grain body with external supports. Very nice tough body with a recent Sherlock tarp. heavy-duty rear suspension, all on 22.5 drive tires. Look at them gripper tires, folks, and how about that heavy-duty Hendrickson suspension? It's what you need, folks, I'm telling you, and it's here at a price that you can afford. Take a look. We have a nice two-way gate on the back. It'll swing around or it'll hinge out like a dump truck door. Here's the top hinge. You can swing this gate out like this, or you can actually hinge it from the bottom and the top, and you can swing it from left to right. You have 3 cargo doors on the back, and you have a folded up grain extension chute here in the middle, and the inside of the truck bed is actually a poly floor. It has the poly floor liner on. I'll get you a look at that white poly material right there. So absolutely no holes or anything in it. Very clean. Now look at this heavy duty rear wagon hitch you have on here, folks. Again, look around the rear diffs, the rear brake chambers. I know we got a little mud splattered on it, but it's overall very respectable. Here's a look at the rear brake shoes. As you can see, they're not new, but they most certainly are in good condition. Let's continue on down the driver's side of the bed, and you can see that it's very much a duplication of the passenger side. Let's get you very up close on the bottom rail. You can see along these welds and stuff, they're not all rusted out. These gussets aren't rusted out. Just look how nice and clean that is. Here's a look at the tires on the driver's side as well. Again, the wheel ends, very nice and clean. Let's go along the frame rail. Let's have you look at the cross members on this side above the wheels. Again, mud splattered on the bottom, but they are not rusted out, and there's no grain going to leak out of the bottom of this bed for you, folks. Let's continue on up along the frame rail area. Here's our hydraulic reservoir, battery box cover, and here's a lubrifiner oil cleaner housing, fuel water separator, and again, here we come up to the cab. It's in pristine condition, considering that it's a 1986, folks. You're going to have to go a long ways to find a duplication of this truck. Let's come on up here and get you an angle shot around the headlight on the driver's side as well. And again, you're going to see it's an absolute repeat of what we saw on the passenger side. With that, I'm going to go ahead and open the driver's door and proceed to give you a nice video of the interior. Now, folks, you're looking along the rocker panel on the bottom of the doors. Yes, we have a few scratches in the paint in that, but it's not rusted out. Someone has evidently at some point replaced the floorboard above the driver's feet here. It's absolutely solid and clean. Nice condition air ride seat. Take a look. The headliner's still in the truck. AM/FM radio. Actually, the driver's door panel is in real nice condition overall. Even the bottom pocket holder is there. And how about below the bottom of the doors? Excellent condition compared to what you so often see. Let's hop on up here in the driver's seat, folks, and we'll let you see we have spare oil and water filters that came with the truck from the previous owner. And by the way, folks, if there's anything on this truck you have a specific question on, don't hesitate to ask, because the previous owner of this truck has been a good customer of our business for years, and he'd be happy to share any specific answers with you. You can see we have the safety inspection requirements met. Folks, we have the normal stuff on the dash. We have the heat control, wiper controls, and it does have the diff lock. Right there you can see the button for the diff lock. And folks, look at the nice gauges. They're not all fogged over. You can see through the glass. Here's our Chelsea PTO, and here's our bed control. What I'm going to do for you at this point, folks, is I'm going to go ahead and start this girl up and let you check out the oil pressure on this Cummins motor. So here we are, shut off, setting at 0. Now, as you can see, the tach works. We're sitting here at about 900 RPMs. I'm going to bring that up to just a little bit. You can bring it up to about 1200, and look at that oil pressure sitting there at 40 at about 1500. Now let's let her go back to 0. She's sitting here cold, and we're sitting at somewhere around 35, 38 psi, sitting here at a flat idle. Now, folks, I know that that's not anything that you're probably not used to, but I've seen a lot of older trucks come in, and man, I tell you what, you're lucky if you get 20 pounds out of an older Cummins like that. So somebody has kept this sucker up. She is tight. With that, I'm going to go ahead and shut off the engine so we can hear better in the video, and I'm going to make my way out of the truck. I've got the bed lowering down behind us, and I want you to have a look at that. You can see it comes down very nice and smooth with the truck running or not running. She comes right down and sets down nice and tight, nice and square. It's not squeaking, it's not rubbing, it's just a nice package. When you look at this thing sitting down on here, you can see this truck was put together for the purpose that it was intended for, and it's done a fine job. Folks, with that, I'm going to wrap up the video by telling you thanks for shopping Integrity Sales and Services. Please visit our website at www.99trucks.com. That's the 2 number 9s and the word trucks, trucks.com. Also, give us a call at 260-238-5000. Ask for Dave or Jake, and we'll be happy to assist you any way we can. And remember, we can DOT it for you, and we can also deliver it to your door. Just give us a call for a quote, and thanks again for shopping.